Oh my goodness. Well, I was just breathing and that like, woo, came out. Oh my gosh. How are you all, you beautiful humans? I'm super excited to be on today. I am just outside, and when you join, say hello. Let me know where you are tuning in from in the planet. My name is Colleen Gallagher. How are you? Hey Haiti, how are you doing? I'm so happy you joined. Oh my gosh, Adam, Katarina's joining. How did you know both of us are going to be on here at the same time? 1 second, Katarina, let me get you on. Adam's on while we're both on. Hold on. Hold on. 1 second. Trying to add the right person. Add. Okay, there we go. 1 moment. It's adding. I believe, hopefully. Hello. You're on.
So, you know what I love is we're wearing the same color again.
Again. So beautiful.
What are the chances of that?
Yes, I agree.
Good time.
Oh my goodness. So happy to be on today. And when you jump on, say hello. We'd love to know who's joining. Adam was on from when I was like, Adam, you joined when Katarina and I are live. And I know that we have, let's see, Haiti on, super beautiful.
Perfect.
When you join, say hello. Let us know where you're tuning in from in the planet. If you're on planet Earth, maybe you're on another planet. That would be awesome to know. I really am feeling Mars today because there's a lot of fire with me today. I have a lot of energy of fire that I feel like gets to be released. What about you, Katarina? What?
I was going to say there's a little bit of Mercury happening because Mercury is communication, and we're communicating this morning with everyone. I have a little bit of a cold, so if I sound nasally, I apologize. Stay with me, folks. We're like clearing it out.
Yes, I love that. So, why are we on?
We are on because, Colleen, we have an amazing retreat coming up in just a few weeks, and we have only just a few spots left, and so we wanted to jump on and just help share the excitement and the invitation to those of you who might be feeling called. We're going to let you know how to create freedom leveraging media.
Yes. So we have the retreat. It's June 14th and 15th, I believe. It's a Friday, Saturday, and we're super excited about it. It's right before I'm leaving for Europe, which is super exciting. And Katarina and I really created this because, as someone I traveling all over, I'm meeting with business people, different business leaders, and I also meet with people who are just starting their business. The biggest thing that, I really hear is, Colleen, it's really hard. Colleen, I'm struggling to make money in my business. I'm having these clients that are taking up my energy. Hey Martha, I'm not getting picked up in media. How do I do podcasts? How have you been on 100 podcasts in the first year of your business? How have you been on stages like Lace Brown? Same with Katarina, CEO of Priceline. What have you done? And we really started looking at these questions that we were receiving, and we were kind of like, what can we do? And so basically, we've really decided to combine our light forces, because I know with a lot of you, I have a lot of you that are very big into consciousness and really influencing the perspective of how people view life, and really how not even how people view life, but how they're actually experiencing life. And so a lot of you that are connected with us, I know really value that, or you find it very important to leave a positive impact on the planet. And so sometimes that's in a way of, maybe it's just having your own garden to add to the sustainability of the planet. Maybe that is with sustainable development goals that the United Nations is doing. Maybe that's with you just understanding how you can create an extra stream of income. Maybe that's, you getting on your first flight you've ever been on to get outside of your comfort zone and see that the environments that you desire exist. And so Katarina really and I looked at these questions, these things people were sharing that got us really excited, or got us really in a place of
Passionate.
wondering. Yeah, passionate. And I don't know if do you have your headphones? It's echoing a little bit.
No, I can put them in. Yeah.
Yeah.
Want me to do that?
It might help.
We're always prepared, people.
Yes. And so anyway, if this is you, like you're someone who's, no matter where you are in your business, you're just starting out, maybe you're hitting 10K months, maybe you're hitting 6-figure months. Maybe you've already made it to multiple millions, but hey, Rod, you haven't really understand how to use the social media spot. You haven't really understand how, I have people that I work with that are 20, 30 years of experience in their life, and they're not having a digital presence, which by 2030, majority of the world's gonna be under 30.
Yeah, and just to piggyback on that, Colleen, and good morning, Martha. Thank you for the love this morning, and Jim, if you're still on. One of the things that you touched on was, how do you create freedom by doing something that you love, by being in a place where you're impacting? And so I want to give a shout out to Martha, because she is an example of exactly that. This is a woman who had a very traditional professional career, like we were all taught when we were little: go to school, get a good job, stay in the system, do your thing. And now in her later years, she's feeling the calling that I think a lot of us feel, Colleen. There are very few people, though, that have the gumption to step into that. And so this retreat is really for the people that have been tapped on the shoulder by life. And life is saying there is a bigger calling out there. There is a way that you can use your unique skill set, your unique talents, your unique life experience, and the roller coaster that it may have been, in order to help guide someone else through their personal roller coaster. And what I love about being able to team up with you is, not only are you really a master in using the digital media to help accelerate your voice and the voices of your clients, you also come from a place where you train people to really, really authentically tap into their truth, their authenticity, and their ability to position themselves in a way that allows them to become leaders in their space while fulfilling, I suppose, their destiny. What I do, for those of you who may be new to me, is I work in the media space as well, and I'm known as America's Media Mindset Mentor. And the reason for that, Colleen, is because as a media professional, as somebody who has been in the space of media and communications for over a decade, what I came to recognize is, if people don't get clear on their mindset first, their ability to really tap their inner superstar, their inner celebrity, to really get grounded in the confidence of themselves, then they can do as many media appearances as they want. It's going to be tough for them to connect with the audience. So if you're someone out there who's an entrepreneur and you're doing podcasts and you're trying to get quoted in magazines, and you might be wanting to, write an article for Forbes or for Success Mag, and you just don't know how to connect with the editors, with the producers, how do you cut through all the other people that are trying to get their attention? Our retreat is going to help align you with not only the tactical, but also the foundational. So we're so excited to be holding this retreat. And as Colleen mentioned, it's happening June 14th and 15th in Los Angeles. Space is limited, and we are being really selective with respect to the people that we qualify. There's an application process, because our intention is to create such a high vibrational weekend that everyone that is going to come through there is going to be not only contributing, but also benefiting. And I think that's the cycle of life, Colleen. There's a collective shift in society that is moving really away from that old competitive model to much more of a collaborative. How can we work together? How can we support? How can we create? How can we impact? How can we do things collectively, versus I'm going to kick the ladder down to make sure that you don't get my job? Like that is over, folks. It has to be.
Yeah,
Hi,
I love
Rick.
that. I was just breathing through so much of that energy. And, when I hear people ask me how, it's so inspiring, as it reminds me to center myself. Because, if you would have asked me when I left corporate New Zealand, I lived there with $5,000 in my bank account, and you would have said, Colleen, how are you going to make a business? How are you going to start coaching? What makes you credible? What makes you credible to have retreats? What makes you credible to be speaking? Why do you believe in whatever? And, you know, it was never because I let the hows stop me. And if you're questioning yourself, or you're here and you're excited about the various media lives we've done and medias, I'd invite you to really look like, is this the space for you? Is this a container for you to grow? And some of the work that I do, it's been coming more and more online, is I really do deep meditations that aren't just like, let's sit there and be quiet. It's really, I hear frequencies, and I use my voice to sing different frequencies that come through, and really into a soothing place. And I can interact with energies that are moving through your various dimensions that you have. And if you don't really know what that means, and we'll be going over that here as well, because how I created, any of my success, quote unquote, was because I really started to tap into my heart and to the journey of the heart. And that's why we created this retreat as Conscious Media and Manifestation.
Can you, for some people that might be new to us, Colleen, can you share a little bit about the success that you've had over the last 15 months, where you came from? Some of you are familiar with Colleen and her story, and some of you might not be. And it's an impactful story because it touches on exactly what she just shared. How do you sort of get into that little limiting belief voice and say to it, thank you for being there. Thank you for trying to protect me. Now, please fuck off.
Yeah.
So go ahead.
Yeah.
This is me in my polite French this morning.
No, it's perfect. I had cancer at 14. Some of you may or may not know. And that created a very interesting experience with how I related to money, because I believed that if I didn't have money, I would die due to the healthcare system that I saw access to. And so I was very successful in corporate. Since the age of 21, I've made 6 figures in corporate. And in my first year of business, I made 6 figures with no ads, no advertising, just simply authentically sharing my voice. And within this year, I've started to create 6-figure months. And how did that happen was not because I sat there and said, let me use this. Oh, hey, George, I use this, simple strategy to get there. It was because I started the journey of my heart. And I started the journey of consciousness, of understanding how powerful we are and how we create everything. So you even being here and you listening to me is because part of you is remembering the journey to your heart. Part of that little voice inside of you is remembering that you are worthy to have the best business relationships, to have the best friendships, that you are able to blur those lines and still create quote unquote success, whatever that is to you. Hey, Joshua. And when you look into that deeper of consciousness, you start to understand that there's different layers and bodies that you are functioning in. So an emotional body, let's say perhaps, which is people buy on emotion. Sales is emotion. Hey, Missy. And when you are emotionally invested in someone, when you're emotionally excited about someone and emotions are moving through you as your life is being reflected as you are choosing to be. So if you are reflecting a deep scarcity, if you are reflecting technology is used for bad things, social media is used for control, I ask you to look, where are you controlling your voice? Where are you minimizing the impact? Because technology for me has meant people that I've met on airplanes. I've gotten to go to the World Cup. I've gotten to go to amazing events in the middle of Bali. I've gotten to go to Thailand and Phi Phi Island and with some amazing people that I still keep in touch with that I would never know what's going on without social media. I just was at the Think and Grow Rich tour. I spoke at Manny Lopez event, ServX, and there's people that as I'm choosing to evolve in consciousness, as I'm evolving, people that are desiring to evolve as well with the content, with the conscious media, with the manifestation that I'm now sharing, with the template of purity that's evolving, can be reflected back. And that's why getting in these environments, in these retreat centers, in these places,
containers, really. Yeah.
where people, Katerina and myself, are sharing our experiences, and we're present with you personally, one-on-one, which is much different than through a video or through a voice message. Even through a video call, you are 48 hours in our energy, and I'm physically, or we physically will be co-creating. I mean, even my name is Colleen, co-lead, like, and
Yeah.
so when you really look into just that dynamic, I start to question you. If you've created me speaking to you right now, or created Katerina speaking to you, there's something tapping you on the shoulder to share with you that the how it's going to happen, it's actually already existing in your reality. That 6 figures, the 7 figures, the 10K month, the 5K month,
100%.
maybe it's the even 6-week program. Maybe it's, for me, what inspires me, what gets me going when I'm, going through a lot in my life is I imagine the little refugee boy and girl that I really can tap into, and I really go into their body, and I can see them in Africa, or I can be with them in wherever that is, and I can see the little boy and little girl that looks up to the sun, and I can go, wow, they're just waiting for an opportunity. And that's what inspires me to get the master's, to get the PhD, to show up online, and to do these retreats and these events for people that I truly believe are here.
Yeah,
And
and
go ahead.
I'm sorry, I love that so much because, again, for some of you who may be new to Colleen, Colleen has just finished her master's degree in, doing global policy, doing really working with refugees and coming up with sustainable ways to make concrete change in the world. She has decided to use her voice, her impact, her intelligence, her beauty, all of which, ladies, if you're on this, for those ladies that are on here, we're actually allowed to use all of those. You don't have to fall into this paradigm of you can either be smart or pretty. No, you can be both. You just have to be able to take all of those fractured parts of you and make them whole again. And part of what I love, Colleen, is both of us are professionals in our own right. We have chosen to really step into a belief that we can design our own life. And because of that, as Colleen mentioned, we attract the people that think on that same level. You and I attracted each other into each other's field, became friends, and then became business partners. She and I have spoken on national stages together. You're in this, you're watching this because there's something in your field that is also vibing at a place where you know it's time to step into the bigger version of you. And we are here to support that because we do that. And as Colleen mentioned, when we come together collectively, we are so excited because our objective is to magnify your purpose. Help magnify your purpose, and that gives us our purpose. And so that's what I'm really excited about, Colleen, is we can be friends with each other, with our business partners, with our clients. Life is supposed to be fun. This old mindset of scarcity, struggle, anxiety, I don't know how to pay my bills, I don't know where my next client is going to come from. Why not? Because my clients just come to me. The phone just rings. People are, lining up, and it's supposed to be that easy, folks, when you're in your truth. And that's a lot of what Colleen helps you through. So, yeah.
And what I love, and George, I love you. So George is a very amazing person.
Hey, George.
He
Yes.
is the state attorney general, or if I'm saying that right, of Nevada. And George is a dear friend of mine now, and we've been connected. He has an amazing book coming out about millennial samurai, I think it is.
Yes.
And I just got to hear him speak for the second or third or time or something. We've been together. And we were talking about, George and I, the importance of AI and the importance of technology, and where the world is going. Conscious media manifestation. If you are not understanding consciously how to leverage your voice, how to have your voice be communicated in a way that's actually a coding, it's actually a template. Hey, D'Angelo. Hey, Sarah. That Katerina is really amazing at is here's the coding, here's the language, here's the wording that's to be shared by the big media outlets that are then going to be picked up. And that coding, when you're looking at AI, hey Tessa, when you're looking at AI, artificial intelligence, when you're looking at computers, phones, even me speaking to you right now, the language is a coding, it's a program. And we've been programmed our whole life by media to think that there's bad things going on in the world, that the US, for sakes, has rates countries that are dangerous to visit to. It's crazy. And that probably no one's even ever been to. You know, there's so many aspects of unity in this world, and there's so many moments of love. And so if you aren't consciously understanding media, you aren't consciously understanding how to leverage your language, your essence onto media, your manifestations are going, no, I should rephrase that. I would invite you to start understanding why you're not doing that, how you can start doing that, and then starting to use that as a positive upward manifestation for what you're deeply desiring. And with both of us, you know, I really go deep into this. Katerina then has the contacts, has the experience of all over the world to really guide you in this with your business. And if you're at a place that if I don't even know, Colleen, what coding is, I don't know what language is, hey Kathy, I've never thought of this, I've never had this, then this is the event for you. This is the place, because I promise you, I know with things that I'm doing, and both that Katerina and we're both doing, is, you know, this is an energetic exchange in the give and receive cycle of the world, where you will be remembered, because it wasn't that long for me ago that I didn't even know what language to look for. You know, I've had expensive learning lessons about $100,000 that were not in my favor. And I feel blessed to be 25 and have that be something I can talk about. However, I would ask you, these are experiences you can learn from Katerina and I that are going to allow you to not have to go through things and actually change the trajectory of your life by consciously understanding media, consciously understanding what consciousness is, what is the New Earth movement, what is coding, what is language, and what is manifestation.
Yeah, and I love that, Colleen, because, you know, a lot of it is, you know, what is it you're seeking? For me, personal freedom is a huge true north for me. Every decision I make is built around my ability to have personal freedom. Some of you want more impact. Some of you want more success. Some of you want more passion. Some of you want more life. It doesn't matter what it is. The key is to recognize what feels good to you, and then how do you use what is already naturally in you to monetize your life. You know, and the thing, Colleen, that I do is I work with a lot of high net worth individuals to strategically position their language for growth. Everyone has an iPhone. Everyone is out there marketing themselves in some capacity. Some of you do it online. Some of you want to do it online. You don't know how. That's what we'll teach you. Some of you do it at a, you know, networking event, you know, at your local community center. Are you authentically connecting with the audience, whoever that is? It could be 1,000 people, could be one person, in a way that allows them to feel engaged with you, that allows them to feel enlightened by you, that allows them to feel educated by you, that also allows them to be entertained by you. If you're seeking more media exposure because you know that your business can benefit from more eyeballs, from, you know, having that credible authority of being able to say, I was featured on my local Channel 6, I was featured in the Wall Street Journal, but you just don't know how or where to start, that's exactly what we teach and train you on. So we align with your truth, and then we provide tactical steps on how to get there. And that's what I love about you and I coming together, Colleen, is we bring so much of that experience. And, you know, Colleen mentioned she's 25. I'm 42. And, you know, age is irrelevant. Some of you that have already registered are in your 50s and your 60s. Some of you are in your 20s. Age is irrelevant when you have a belief in self. And it really comes down to that, Colleen. And when you cultivate that, I do a lot of training on charisma and confidence because as a media professional, I'm an on-camera host. I've had a lot of on-camera media training. The key is, how do you tap into and project your personal charisma? And what I love about charisma is there's surface charisma. You know, you can say, hey, I'm the guy with the flashy hat and the cool tattoos and, you know, the whole thing. And then there's deep-seated charisma. When you peel back the layer of charisma, what you actually find is magnetism. how do you tap into that personal magnetism in a way that is going to make people want to align to you? And when you do, how can you use the media to really consciously manifest everything you want to manifest? And Colleen and I have been doing this separately. When we met over a year ago, we recognized, the passion for this in both of us. We came together, as I mentioned, as friends. We've since become business partners in a number of capacities. This retreat is only one of the projects that you and I are working on together. Yeah. And that's why, for anyone that is jumping on now, we would love to invite you, if you feel called, to really, really step into a place where you're activating those codes that Colleen talked about, where you're wanting to tap into your personal frequency, your vibration, your essence. Because I'll tell you something, folks, only 5% of what we communicate comes from our words. Okay, about 30 to 35% comes from our tonality, our inflection. You can tell if someone's angry, if they're pissed off and they're talking really fast and they're yelling at you, right? Which leaves about 50 to 55% that comes from your body language. When you walk into a room, are you actually tapping into your neuroendocrine system? It's been proven, folks, that your hormones are affected by your posture, by your stance, by your body language, by the smile. Is it reaching your eye? And if it's not reaching your eye, what is that signifying to the person across from you? All of this comes into play on whether or not you're attracting people to your programs. Are they going to want to buy from you? Are they going to want to work with you? Are they going to want to learn from you? And as a media professional and someone who's been in the communication space internationally, that's what I get kind of high on. Yes. So I could go off here, guys, and I apologize for doing so.
Perfect.
But there's just a lot of knowledge that we have and a lot of support. I feel that's the biggest word here, Colleen. If you are someone who recognizes the importance of support, then this retreat is absolutely something we'd invite you to consider coming and joining us at. And as we mentioned, we only have a few spots left. We are really excited about it. It's gonna be awesome.
Yeah. Oh my God. Anise as well joined. Alvin joined. Tiff joined. We had some new amazing people. And Anise actually, she's someone, we were in Europe, one of my dear sisters, when I was just starting my business, and I can relate. She's gonna love this. If you're listening to this, it will show you the evolution. It was less than a year ago. I was over in Sicily with her, and I was having extreme anxiety, like every day, of like, oh, is my business going to work? Where is this client going to come from? Oh my God, this person's like asking about money, like all this stuff, basically. And it's interesting how quickly your life can change, where that is a very different conversation now. And so we're excited. I mean, really, we're excited. We're here to support you. We're here for the growth. We have some really magical humans that are joining us that are talking about consciousness in a huge way. I mean, global movement type of way. I know I'll be leading meditations. Like I said, I'll be doing some singing, some sound healing. It's extremely relaxing. Anyone who's received it from me. And we're just excited, and we're happy to stay in the line for a little bit too. If you have any questions about your business, if you wanted to ask us anything about media, we're happy to have you send any questions through. We know we've had some people in and out join. If you're watching on the replay, we'd love for you to share that. And also, if you like the video, like, comment, share. We super appreciate it, because this is really valuable for anyone, regardless of where they are in their life experience.
And it's what you said, Colleen. It's for those of you that are just jumping on. It's a 2-day retreat. It's going to be happening at an oceanside villa Airbnb in the Los Angeles area. We're going to have a chef. We're going to have a really immersive container. And a lot of day one is going to be around really tapping into that consciousness, understanding what that means for you and how you can use your unique DNA to activate what you want in your own cellular structure to then project it out into the world. Day 2 is going to be around, okay, how do we actually project it into the world? Because, sitting around and sort of, in a Zen state is great. We all have bills to pay. We all have obligations. We all have money that we want to make so that we can continue to impact in a bigger way.
Yeah.
So if you're wondering, how do you write a press release? Why should you write a press release? Once you write a press release, what do you do with it? And, if you're not issuing press releases every so often, folks, and really exponentially leveraging the various media platforms, TV, radio, print, digital, to grow your voice, that omni-media presence, you will be left behind. You will have a tough time differentiating yourself from the competition, because there is so much competition, Colleen. You know,
There is.
authors, coaches, speakers, anyone that's in an entrepreneurial space, and even for those of you who may be in a corporate environment that just want to take phase number 2 of your life and do something different with it. We're going to give you a lot of the practical skills on how do you put a press kit together? How do you put a media pitch sheet? Why should you do that? And you know, there's a tremendous amount of third-party credibility, Colleen, that gets built up when someone sees you vetted by third-party media.
Yes, that is
It's
true.
great that you can get on your friend's Facebook Live, or you can get on a cool podcast that someone's doing from their car. You know, any exposure is fantastic. When you get the right exposure, when you get onto CNN, when you get onto MSNBC, when you get into Reuters, when you get into Hay House, when you get onto the OWN network, I mean, there are so many platforms depending on your demographic. That's when your business shifts. That's when your voice accelerates. That's when the impact and the reflection is the monetary gain.
Yep. And technology
Yeah.
is your instant reflection of how well you're in alignment. And even if you're in corporate right now, and these are all new ideologies to you and new things of why these are important, but you're like really looking at, I want to build the brand, I want to start this journey. Again, this is perfect for you.
Yeah. Yeah. So
anyway,
yeah,
we're happy to answer questions. If there's no questions,
yeah.
then we'll head off to give some time. There's a few of you on. If you do have any questions, we're happy to answer. And if not, we send you much love, and we'll leave the links here. Reach out to us with any questions.
Yes.
And we're excited. We only have like 3 spots left, really.
Yeah, and you know, I love the synchronicity, Colleen. Again, just jokingly, folks, if you missed the beginning of this, please go back and watch it in its entirety. But we were joking because Colleen and I have this like subconscious sixth sense, and we always show up wearing the same colored outfit. We don't plan it this way. It just, we are so in tune with each other. We are so in tune with our truth. We show up for these lives, and it's like, oh, of course you're wearing blue. Of course you're wearing peach. Of course you're wearing a necklace. Like, so I just had to throw that in, because when you're tapped in, the synchronicities will just align, folks. So I just thought that was kind of fun that, you know, we were feeling the peach this morning.
Yes. So yay. All right. Well, I'm sending you all so much love, and we're so happy. We're honored that you joined. We're honored you let us be a reflection of you. And, you know, we look forward to seeing you at the event.
Yeah.
Bye.